Hello, space travelers, and welcome to my little corner of the galaxy. How is everyone? Hey, souls. Let's see. Hey, awesomeness Jiffy. Hello, souls. Looking forward to books. Yeah, absolutely. I thought it'd be a fun topic. It's getting fall weather's in mostly full swing here, and getting cozy out. And when I think of cozy, I think of books. How was your weekend, souls? Do do do. Ba ba da da da. Do do do. Da 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 da. Let's see here. You are doing well. I had a good steak dinner, baked potato, and carrots. Ooh, that sounds good. We made some meatloaf and had some asparagus. All right. And today I'm probably just gonna kind of I'm gonna work on the My Little Pony picture I started for my husband and I, just to kind of do something fun and relaxing for today. Let's see here. Soul says, oh right, I remember reading books like Goosebumps, Harry Potter's, and Chronicles of Narnia. It has 9 books. Yeah, we my husband had an itch to read some Harry Potter lately, and so I never finished the 5th, 6th, or 7th book, so we're starting with those. And then after we get through like one of the books he wants to read, then I'm going to read one of the books that I want to read, just as a nice nighttime thing to kind of wind down. Oh, it's pretty good, Soul says. Oh, man. Go. Okay. Let me pull up what I'm working on, and we'll kind of get into the topic today. Alright. Get rid of that. There we go. Hey, Tayden, how are you? How was your weekend? Thanks for stopping by my little corner of the galaxy. Today we're going to talk about like books, like your favorite book series, and it can be like a comic book, it can be a manga and whatnot, but I kind of just been having an itch of getting back into some books. Let's see. Soul says, also, by the way, I did read a lot of books as a kid, especially like history books. That's cool. Yeah, I think adulting happened, but man, when I was in elementary, middle, and high school, I just read like no one. I read so many books. I can't even begin to tell you how many books I read back then. And lately I'm like, you know what, I met somebody that like was really into books, and I was like, you know what, I haven't read a good book in a while, or revisited anything, so I thought it'd be a good topic for today. I actually have it pulled up before we get started on the drawing. I went ahead and pulled up like a quick little article, wiki thing about my favorite book series, which I have yet to finish. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Turn that bad boy off and turn this on. Oh, which one did I have it under? This one? Yeah, here we go. Aha! Let's see here. Tayden says, I'm good. I have 2 new banners that came out today on my gacha games. One is already out and the other one will be out later tonight. I gotcha. My husband's actually playing the new, there's a new game that's very Persona-like. Apparently it's really good. The art looks fantastic on it. You're almost done with your Christmas shopping already, Souls. No, it's too early. We haven't gotten through Halloween yet. Yeah, so when you work the human retail job as long as I have, the holidays just get kind of depressing, unfortunately, but I've been finding things to look forward to during the holidays. My coworkers definitely make it fun. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about my favorite book here, and it is called Apparat. And there's a third book that I have not read, but I loved this book when I was in high school. It is written by Clive Barker. Now, Clive Barker, if I'm not mistaken, is the same guy who made Pinhead or Hellraiser. And I love this book. Like, the main bad guy even kind of looks like he's Pinhead. Let me see if I can find a picture here. But yeah, so it focuses on a teenage girl. She's frustrated with her life. She's from Chickentown, Minnesota, and her name is Candy Quackenbush. And yes, I'm not making that up. Candy Quackenbush. Very fun. So she kind of gets pulled into this world, and a bunch of, shenanigans happen. But the thing that I really love about this book is he did hundreds and hundreds of illustrations for these. So let me see if I can find some pictures here. Here we go. Oh, this is the one I want. So that's not what I wanted. Nope, no thank you. I just want the picture, please. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so whoopsies. I did it again. Okay, so this is the Apparat. In this world, there is an island that represents an hour of the day. So there's 24 hours. Each one of these islands is like set at that time at all times. And there's the spooky 25th hour in the middle. Oh, here we go. Here's the main bad guy. Does he not remind you of Pinhead? Let's see here. Tayden says the first one I got for my gacha was really bad. 270 pulls for the 3 featured units. Hopefully my luck is better for the other one later tonight. Yeah, I hope so. Holy cow. Let's see here. Soul says, I know I love to read Marvel comics and Spider-Man. And yeah, why this book? It's mostly because of it was a very odd young, like, it was geared towards girls, but I just thought it was like kind of had creepy elements to it. But yeah, mostly because Clive Barker himself painted all the illustrations in it, and like the way he paints is very interesting. They're all oil paintings. And I don't know. It's a very fun series. I would highly recommend it. I don't want to give too much away, but just the paintings, and some of the paintings in here are just like a little frightening. And I'm like, in high school, I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I always like the slightly off-kilter like adventure fantasy stuff. Yeah, like, look at these sea creatures. Isn't this nuts? But I just thought, what a silly name. This girl is just a regular old girl with a very silly name from a very silly town, just gets pulled into like this other world. It's like, why not? She's got main character written all over her. But oh yeah, here we go. This is from the second book. It's Candy, and that's Mango. He's one of the main characters. But highly recommend it, if anything, for the illustrations. They're just beautiful. My favorite thing about the book. Oh, here we go. Wow, that's super big. That painting must have been ginormous. Oh, that'd be cool to see that in person. But yeah, so mostly again for the art, but the story is fantastic. It's a little like on the rougher side, I feel, for fantasy, and I just thought it was really fun. So if you haven't, please check out the book The Apparat. Okay. Turn this bad boy back on. Let's see. Also, I'm just about done tinkering around with the new model. I've been trying to get it set up, making sure it kind of does what I need it to do. And I am working on a stream for it. You guys decided that you would love another karaoke stream, so I'm gonna do some practicing and pick out my favorite MLP songs. I might do a poll in the Discord to get your favorite MLP song. And yeah, so let's see here. Oh yeah, comic books. So I really like, because I read a lot of manga, or at least I used to. I really enjoy comic books, and I love, if you're a kid, I could see the whole aesthetic of like, ooh, the next issue's coming out. I need to go get the, like 10-page whatever they release, and it's like, I feel like if you just miss one of those releases, then it's like a pain in the butt, and then I kind of lose interest on collecting. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just like, I kind of just wish it was like come out in bigger chunks. I mean, I know they have like omnibuses and stuff like that, but I always kind of wished, like for the most part, that things would come out as a bulk instead of like individual little 10-pagers. Let's see here. Dude, my favorite, I'm trying to think of what my favorite like comic book, I had to do like, he's more of like a anti-hero, but I'm a big Ghost Rider fan. He's so edgy, I can't help but love him. But yeah, do you have any, like, were there any books in like high school that you were forced to read that you really didn't want to? Thankfully, I liked most of what they picked for us, but I would read so much that I would be reading whatever we had to for English, but also another book that I wanted to read. I was a book fiend back in the day. And that part of that just from my introverted nature. I like to get lost in art and literature a lot. But I think recently, an issue I'm just running into is just I think it's just my ADHD. Like, I really have a hard time like sitting down and committing to something. Drawing's one of those few things that I can. Reading's kind of up there, but I'm thinking maybe like I need to try audiobooks more often, which we stopped at our local library the other day just to print some stuff off because we're, millennials and don't have a printer in our house. And they had just a bunch of books and audiobooks for free. Well, not for free, but for like 25 cents. It's basically free. And I got the audiobook for the 7th Dark Tower series book. That's another book series I really like. I'm a Stephen King fan, and I've read a lot of his books. I had like a horror phase in my 20s. But the Dark Tower series is just a fun series, which was also printed multiple times in comic book form, and I was enjoying the most recent one version of it, but I, again, trying to keep up with the individual comic books like that, it kind of gets a little tedious for me. I wish they kind of just would release it all at once. Okay. Let's see, was there a book in high school that I really didn't care for? I actually liked most of them. Which one was that? I just had one. I surprisingly, as much as I wanted to like the Dracula book, I was so bored reading that. I was very disappointed. I was kind of expecting a little more from a book about a vampire. But yeah, since I haven't read the 3rd book of the Abarat series, I'm gonna have my turn at reading this series to my husband at night, and we'll both get to see the conclusion of one of my favorite book series that I just didn't finish for I think at the time I was transitioning out of like high school into like my 20s, and that adult life started getting busy real quick, and the book came out sometime like way after I graduated, so I think that's what happened there. But I never ever forget the paintings that are in that book. I love the idea that there's like an island for each hour of the day, and it's always that time no matter what, and like they're not that far from me. They're just like a boat ride away from each other. All the creatures and all the mostly creatures. There isn't really too many human like people in the Apparat from what I understand. Also, I should have I'm gonna put up a poll for which game I should play next, another short series before I kick off into the new model. I'm very excited for you guys to see the new model. A lot of care was put into it, and I'm just super excited. And then yeah, I think I'll do a poll soon asking which to recommend your favorite MLP song. I'll see if I know that specific one. And then another Souls has kindly suggested 2 other games that were kind of short in the meantime, but I definitely am ready to kick off Metal Gear Solid 2 once I have introduced the new model. And I'll definitely be on a Friday night stream. I'm just trying to figure out when would be a good time. You got the holidays coming up. I know everyone's gonna be pretty busy, so yeah. So it'll be probably by the end of not this month, but before the end of November, probably somewhere in the beginning of November. I'll probably do the stream for that. Sorry if I seem a little tired today. It's been a crazy month, so I apologize if I'm a little low energy, but that's perfectly okay for a Monday night art stream. It's supposed to be chill anyways. I think I screamed myself a little too much on No One Lives Under the Lighthouse. I think I peaked my microphone multiple times last Friday. If you haven't watched it yet, please go watch No One Lives Under the Lighthouse. It was my first spooky game on the channel. Everything it was definitely a trip, that's for sure. I am glad I'm seeing some comments on the video that they also kind of got a little lost. Like, even with the walkthrough, I'm like, what in the world is going on? But it really isn't bad. I could tell that they put a lot of time and effort into making that game. So. Trying to think what other books not necessarily series. I used to, as a young alien, I really enjoyed dragon books. I went through my dragon phase in middle school, like really hardcore dragon phase. Any book that had dragons on it, I would read it. Though surprisingly, I never read, I think I started reading Aragorn. I think that's the name. Aragon. There we go, Aragon. I started reading that and I didn't care for it too much. Let's see here. Soul says, true, by the way, my first manga was Naruto Volume 7. Cool. I didn't know what was going on. Oh, yeah, are you talking about the game I played? Let's see here. Sorry. I'm trying to think, what was my first manga? Gosh. Oh, that's a hard one. I think it was probably something from, I think it was Tokyo Pop, because I think Tokyo Pop is no longer a company. Can't remember which one it was. Surprisingly, my library in my little Midwestern town used to have manga that you could check out, even like in the during my middle school and high school years, and I was pretty surprised. And they were I think Ranma one half they also had it was called X 1999, and then they also had what was another one? Something from a similar artist or that same era. Oopsies. Got the wrong pen. Nope, that's the right pen. Shrink that down. Go up here. Oh, you mean the manga? I gotcha. So, I see. So you got volume 7 and you're like, what's happening? I always call it the Wild Wild West days of anime, because getting a hold of a copy of a manga or the DVD box set of one of the anime of the manga. Yeah, it used to be really difficult. Come on. Oh yes. I always like to tell the story of that time. I was 14 years old. I was at my local I think it was Hollywood Video, and they had one side of a rack full of anime, and that was it. And little 14-year-old Jiffy thought Perfect Blue would be a fantastic choice that evening to watch. And I don't know if anybody knows what that anime is, but oh man, that was a little heavy for a little alien like myself. But it's a very, very good anime. I really enjoyed it. It's a good movie, I should say. There we go. Very zoning in on something here. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so I think there was another one. I never finished the manga because heavy undertones. Angel Sanctuary. They had the first DVD of Angel Sanctuary, and that definitely confused me. I can't even believe one of my old friends was able to get like a copy of the manga. I was like, where? I don't even remember where she got it from. Go over here. There we go. Yeah, back when I was a little bit younger, you really had to work for your anime if you wanted to watch it, or if you wanted to be, real cheap, people's bad uploads on YouTube. And they were in like 3-minute parts or whatever, and like you would just hope that they didn't get like copyright claimed and taken down when you're like halfway through an episode. It's like, no, I need that 3 minutes and some odd seconds to conclude the episode. So yep. Oh man. And now everything's just available on streaming services. Well, most of it is, not all of it, but a lot of it is. Okay. Here. We'll go there. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute, 1 second. Oop. There we go, that's close. Okay. How's the weather been? Other than really, really dry, we've had like a lot of dry spells here for like the past month, and like there's been lots of fires. Other than the dry weather and the fires, it's been lovely outside. It's been like nice temperature during the day, and at evening it gets just chill enough that it's fun to snuggle under the blankets. It is definitely snuggling weather. Okay. There we go. How's the weather for you? Hopefully not too bad. Okay. So I got that. I did color in. Aha. Okay, so I just need to clean this up a little bit. Oops, wrong color. This color, please. I'm in the wrong spot. Aha, here we go. Okay. We are, speaking of, I never read the manga, but I watched the anime. I always mention Cowboy Bebop. My husband and I are going to a live like jazz performance. Some people that just apparently either, I guess they're touring it, but they play all the music from Cowboy Bebop, so we're gonna get all dressed up like we're going to like a lounge or whatnot. I got this really pretty sequin dress I gotta go pick up from my friend's house after stream. Got the velvet arm length gloves, and he's got a suit and the fedora. It's gonna be fun. Let's see here. By the way, certain manga. Yeah, so I, as the hopeless romantic that I am, love shoujo manga. You know, rip my heart out. You know, like take 30 volumes to kiss and finally admit their feelings. Yeah, that's the stuff I read in high school. If I would read, I would probably, like, I still love that stuff, but I would definitely want to read. I've been kind of in a creepy mood lately, and I think maybe I should read some. We've been watching the Junji Ito, that Uzumaki that came out on HBO, and just sometimes just a good horror manga is awesome. Anime kind of like Japanese horror is so creepy and unsettling, and I prefer it over like American horror because it's a lot of like. Usually a lot of just jump scares and stuff, but like the lore, because a lot of the horrors tends to be actually stemmed from like their culture and like demons and actual like, you know, stuff that's related to their culture, and I just think it's a lot more creepy. Trying to think, I think I brought it up in stream one time. There was a manga that was in our library at school. It was called Confidential Confessions. And I still have them to this day. I took them from my library because it has like very like it was geared towards teenagers, but it had very adult topics in it, and I won't like go too much into it, but very, very like rough things that teenagers could get caught up in and or be put in. And I was like, that actually was like, I don't know, it felt like it taught me something that I didn't know, you know, as a young little innocent kid, you know. But I still have them to this day, and apparently it's not a very long series. I think it's like 6 books, but it's got some really heavy themes in it, but it is stuff that you know, kids and teenagers and kids in Japan have to deal with, and I just thought it was crazy interesting. Let's see here. M. Young, can I do a Cinderella spell on you? I'm not sure if I can. I don't have a magic wand. I just have my drawing pen. Welcome to the chat. How are you? Thanks for stopping in my little corner of the galaxy. Is this your first time here? Let's see. Soul says, I'm reading oh, you're reading a Sonic comic? Cool. Is it new or is it one of the older ones? My husband's a big Warhammer fan, and there is so much reading material when it comes to Warhammer. I would highly suggest if you're doing like 40k Warhammer, I would highly suggest a Baildmort, I think his name is. He's got a nice accent that he does, like a real British accent, and it's really, really pleasing when he's like just reading off this like dense lore. Oh, there's a newer one? Sweet. Might have to check that out. One of these days I'll make a Sonic OC. Like, it has to happen. My favorite, aesthetically, I really love Rouge the Bat. She's my favorite. Okay, I'll have to check it out. There's so many things on the list to do. But, I honestly I think I read too much garbage on the internet, which I think is true for a lot of people, and I definitely need to just get more like a book or something, instead of reading, you know, the umpteenth article about how awful everything is. But I highly recommend, if you haven't in a while, if we're in book reading weather, cozy on up, get yourself a little like tea or hot cocoa and get a good book, and spend just like a half hour, maybe, you know, an hour a day reading something. Oh, her hair looks so cute. I hadn't drawn my husband and I's OCs in so long. I'm like, you know what? They definitely need a revamp. Oh, we are in spooky season. Souls was mentioning Goosebumps. How many of you guys have read the Goosebumps books? I remember Shocker on Shock Street was one of my favorite ones. It's been so long, I don't remember too many of them. But I definitely watched the show that was on Nickelodeon, and it was fantastic. They did pretty, like, some of it's pretty cringy, but like some of the practical effects that they did, the costuming and makeup, super fun for a kids show. I had an itch on my back. I couldn't reach it. Really should invest in a back scratcher. And if you are new here, if you can take a moment to like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. It helps me out. It's been a long time dream and journey of mine to do what I'm doing right here, and I appreciate everyone that's been here so far. I was running a theme for this month as far as like the topics I was going to bring. I may hold off on I was going to bring up rejection sensitivity dysphoria, and I want to do a little bit more research before I talk about that, because that's something that's been like really affecting me most of my life, and a lot of people that are neurodivergent tend to experience it, but I figured I had tried to plan it for a couple weeks in a row and I've had to cancel streams, so I kind of want to give it some air and then come back to it, because I want to do some more research on it, because it's something, one of the reasons I've been wanting to stream is to help people, and one of the ways I've been finding that's like helpful for me is like trying to just talk about my experiences on the spectrum, or just life experiences in general. Hopefully, I don't know the answer to everything, but hopefully just having a conversation about the hard things is all that's needed sometimes. Just some open dialogue. And some of the stuff I do bring up on the channel, I know they're a little bit heavier, but they're very, very important to me to talk about. So stay tuned for that one. Again, I'm definitely going to bring that topic back to the board. Do I like history books? There's certain history. I've learned, and it's probably just, getting older, but definitely have learned to appreciate history a lot more. I don't think in school that they really like nailed the importance of having, like, knowing your history. That I have a much more of an appreciation now. So if I do see a history book of some sort, I definitely like try to read through it. I took a like I love movies, and I took a 1950s like movie history class, and that was one of the funnest classes I've ever taken. I think art and media are just they're so timeless, and like it can really express what's going on during like the time period that you might be looking at. Let's see. I think American history kind of stresses me out, but like I love the history of just about anything. What was it? Like I watch Anne Reardon. She's from How to Cook That. She's a very intelligent, like, just baker and like just cook, and I love when she's been cooking recipes out of this 200-year-old cookbook, and it's just always so interesting, especially like the wording that they choose, or what the stuff that they used at the time to like make these desserts, and they're pretty funny sometimes. Like how like some of the English is so old. They're like, what did they say? Oops. Shrinky, just a little bit. And if you haven't jumped in, we do have a Discord. It should be linked down in my description. Come join us. There we go. Let's see. The candles have been really nice, souls. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I got so many because I burned, no pun intended. I tend to go through candles pretty quick. And yeah, dude, it's been nice, and like we've had some chill mornings, so I'll have the candle lit, or like even the evening when it gets a little chill, I'll have the door open, I'll be under a blankie, and yeah, just reading some stuff. Something about snuggling up with a good book. Speaking of books, and I know I've kind of talked about it off and on, how do you guys, I've had it in my back pocket as a project I really want to do, and I've talked about it, but how many of you would be actually interested in a coloring book with illustrations drawn by me? Because I've definitely had one in the works for a while, but people aren't really interested in something like that. I don't want to like, delve too much into it. Do kind of just testing the waters out with like all the, like, my art in general has really progressed the last like year or so, and I'm feeling confident enough that I can like make merchandise and do stuff like that. So I appreciate everyone's patience with it. I got a little too excited with the website. It's still there for now, but just cost-wise until I get things rolling. They are not kidding using the term starving artists. I could tell you that much. So much goes into people doing this route, or just doing like creation in general. It's a lot of work. Let's see here. Coloring, you think? Oh, cool. Yeah. So the theme. You know me, I like to draw really bold, cute stuff. It's going to be called Color Cuties. And each page will basically have, you know, an animal of some kind, probably most likely fantasy, and a shape on the page, and inside the shape or outside the shape, like it's a heart or a star or something like that, is the world. They'll have like their world inside of it, kind of thing. But now that I've been getting the hang of doing digital art, I'll be able to draw crisp, clean lines for a coloring book. I just had one of my good art friends just release his own like workbook. What's it called? Marvin's Wonderful Mind or something like that. It's like a kid activity book. I think it's really awesome. I probably should have linked it down. I'll have to remember to link it next time. But yeah, I was just like, you know, I don't know, something tangible. I do want to do prints still, but I thought that would just be another fun thing to add to the list of things I would like to sell. Let's see here. Sounds coolness. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Do you guys remember the Scholastic book fairs in elementary school? Dude, if you all I ever really asked for at school was when those came around. It's like, oh, I need to get like this next book. I used to read this, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a whole series of like princesses, and they're all like just named after the different gemstones, like the Emerald Princess, Sapphire Princess. I ate that stuff up. I think I showed it to you guys before too. There was this terrible how to draw manga book that was available. I had bought it from the Scholastic Book Fair. I'm pretty sure if you guys remember me sharing it, but like, yeah, no. That was probably the worst way to teach me how to draw. Oh, you had an atlas? That's cool. That's something I should also have. Let's see. I remember that book. I love William Shakespeare's. Oh, you like Romeo and Juliet? That's really sweet. I'm trying to think. As far as the classic literature, Catcher in the Rye was a good one, I think. The Giver, I think, was another one that we read. I didn't care about Animal Farm too much, but it wasn't bad. How did you guys remember doing like book reports? How did you guys do with book reports? I always thought I did okay, because I actually did read, like I said, a ton. So I just don't like presenting. I could probably do it now, but when I was in high school and middle school, I was so chicken. I would not stand up in front of a classroom, even if it were to save my life. It wasn't until in college, I took like a communications class, and it helped me a little bit. I think there's always that fear for me, like, oh, I don't want to sound stupid. I don't want to sound stupid, but you know, sometimes you do. I really enjoyed a lot of the Greek mythos that we got to read in high school. Oopsie. There's always drama going on in Greek mythos. Yeah, when you get to college though, holy cow, they do make you do a ton of reading. I was not ready for the amount of reading that they had us do in college. And it was not, you know, things I wanted to read all the time either. I still have this book in my belongings, and I don't know why I've kept it, but I got it from the very last book fair at the elementary school I went to with my husband. And the book is called The Last Book in the Universe. I don't know why. The title, like, cover stood out to me a lot. I like the story. It's basically as it sounds. There's no literature. There's a clear, like, wealth gap among the people. Mm-hmm. All right. Also, if you are in the Discord, there should be a new channel in my headquarters for any content or like topic suggestions for the Monday night art stream. I like to learn about anything and everything, so as long as it's, you know, not anything, you know, going against guidelines, I am very happy to talk about things. I like to have a good balance. It doesn't always have to be a serious topic, just any topic you think would be interesting. Let's see. Okay. Souls is getting into some fun stuff now. Fan fiction. Yes, I probably read an embarrassing amount of fan fiction. Gosh, I was a huge, like, again, romance stuff, Bulma and Vegeta stuff from Dragon Ball Z. I read so many. My favorite one, I don't know if it's still up and about anywhere online, but it was called World in Enough Time. I don't know why it was named like that, but it was my favorite. But I bet if I go back and read some of it, there's probably a lot of, like, bad grammar and just... Oh, man. Unlocking some stuff in my brain, Souls. Let's see. No, what are you doing? Come on. Here we go. Why are you not working? Cancel. What are you doing? Let me go here. Nope, 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 cancel. There we go. That'll work. Go back here. Yeah, it was mostly Bulma and Vegeta fanfiction. Not much else to say there. To be young. Let's see. Oh, you read a lot of Ace Attorney fanfiction, and you've been reading good fan fiction like crossover with like Ruby and Persona. Whoa, that's a heck of a crossover. Oh, this looks so cute. Oops. On the wrong layer. There we go. Gosh, yeah, I can't even remember any of the other names. I just remember that particular fan fiction, and it stayed with me for years. I think there was a couple, like maybe Yu Yu Hakusho fanfics that I read, but I just always loved the romantic, if you can call it that, dynamic of Vegeta and Bulma. The tsundere prince, you know, the tsundere dude who's a real softie on the inside. Good points of topic, Souls, thank you. I totally forgot. I've blacked out some of the fan fiction part of my life. Let's see. Also, by the way, Jiffy, I was thinking pure side fan fiction, and oh, you're welcome. Okay. Is that like, where is fanfiction.net still a thing, or am I dating myself again? I'm sounding so old with that. I think fanfiction.net might still be up and functioning. And if there's anybody snickering out there in the audience, don't lie to me. You've read fanfiction too. Don't deny it. You might have blacked that part out in your brain, but you know you read some cringe anime fanfiction when you were in high school or middle school. Yeah, and bless those fanfiction writers that are taking their time to write their canon, like, stories in their heads, and like, it takes a lot of time to write that stuff. Let's see. Oh, it is still around? Oh goodness. I see. I read fan fiction of video games, especially the Tales of series, so I can kind of see that. There's a lot of like with all the games, there's a lot of overlap. You can definitely do crossover, if you will. Okay. And how's everyone been feeling with the 7 o'clock start time on Fridays? I figured it gives people a little extra time to get home, eat dinner, get cozy. It's been working for me pretty good, but if it's, you know, kind of want to hit some peak times that you guys are available. Oopsies. Oh, they're pretty, I bet. Do they got any like cool like fan art and stuff with them? I always love when people would draw fan art of the fan fiction that they were reading. That's some next level dedication. Whoops. Gotcha, gotcha. I have to do some more polls, but trying to think if I should just kind of change up some things. I'm still kind of getting into the groove of the routine that I have for streaming, but if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. You know, oh goodness, you know, Souls, you were talking about, oh, it's gonna be November 1st this Friday. It won't be Halloween anymore. I was gonna say, maybe I could have done the candy tier list, but, Halloween candy. Maybe I still might. Who knows? Trying to think of other ideas to do on Friday. Doesn't always have to be games. A little toasty today. Oopsies. I've been kind of pondering it. I did it last year. Do you guys know anything about Thankmas? It's going towards it is a thing that Mr. Sean McLaughlin, Mr. Jacksepticeye had started, I think like 4 or 5 years ago now, to raise money usually for a huge charity, and anybody can participate, and all the funds that people raise together goes towards its one objective, and I believe it's for mental health this year, and I'm very passionate about mental health, so I may join in on that for another Christmas stream, but probably something similar to last year. Every $20 that we raise, you guys can get your name put into maybe 10. I got a little bit larger of an audience, maybe every like 10. Put you guys' name in for a drawing for a free like chibi commission, or just a free like picture from me. I'll have to kind of look into that. And then every milestone that we hit, I will sing a Christmas song. I think while we're doing that, last year, I think it was 2 years ago now, I was building a snowman with you guys. So if you want to do something like that again to raise money for mental health, please let me know. I'm gonna have to start jumping on the bandwagon and getting that all set up. Let's see. Be fun. Sounds fun. Yeah. I had a great time doing it. The previous couple years ago. I need to find just like I feel like some of the videos I found or that had the non-copyright type stuff on it didn't have the right version that I'm used to singing, and I was off a couple times. But I love singing 12 Days of Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah, if that is something you guys would be interested in, I may do that again this year because, again, mental health is very important to me. And all the proceeds are going towards to help with that. I will get more information on it. And by then, yeah, the 2.0 model will come out, maybe, yeah. Okay. It's all coming together. And for those lurking, if you're enjoying your stay in my little corner of the galaxy, I would love a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Ooh, if we get to level 10, I don't think people can handle it, Souls. That's too much. They're not ready for a 10.0 Jiffy, let alone the 2.0. Yeah, it's really crazy having my other half of my body. I got some good upgrades. We aliens age a little different than humans, so it's gonna be quite the change. Do, 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 do. I guess that's another kind of vote I should do. Do you guys, I won't do it right this second, but like, do you guys prefer when I talk about some more like, not necessarily serious, but things that, that might be a heavier topic? Or do you kind of like the balance that I kind of do a little bit of everything? That's what I prefer, but sometimes people just they need help with something, and if I can lend a like some advice, I definitely will. But again, don't take my word for it. These are just based off my experiences. I am not a licensed doctor. One of these days, I'm gonna jokingly have a doctor hat button on my VTuber. Dr. Jiffy's in the house. Yeah, you like it? Awesome. Sweet, sweet, sweet. The balance is good. Yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of like zoomed in and just working closely on like little parts of this drawing. I'm in what I call the boring part. Getting my base ready, and then I just start adding a bunch of cool stuff on top of it. Shading, lighting, all that jazz. All about that bass, no treble. Thank you. Soul says, same. I want to help people and just be nice and good to help. Just want to make sure all is well and okay. You do read nice cookbooks with like a man with a okay. Hey Corb, how you doing? How was your weekend? We're talking about our favorite books today. Souls has taken us on a gambit of types of literature, all the way to fan fiction. Yeah, I think that's really nice, Souls. I'm not really sure, like, if my ultimate goal of helping people will come true, but it is something I've always wanted to do, and I might not be doing it in the most conventional way, but I'm doing it in the way that I know how. Creating a space for people to be able to like talk about things, whether it's silly stuff like books or some heavier things. There's just a lot of stuff that was not like explained to me as a young alien, and I just think sometimes it's good to just share your experiences. You never know, someone else might be going through this exact same thing. Let's see, Corb says, I know one book in particular, but I've never read it before though. You don't have a favorite book? Like anything from like your childhood or high school? Okay, oopsies. Do I want her ear poking through? How do I want this to work? I made her hair too swoopy. I might have to come back to that. I will have to think about how I want to do that. Her hair is so poofy, it's covering up her ears. No favorite in particular. Oh, okay. Gotcha. The comic books, manga books, or even cookbooks, or even history books. Yeah, that's awesome. Again, having a nice, well-balanced, like in literature, I think is also good. I'm not a big poetry guy, big poetry person, but I do really like Robert Frost. Yeah, The Path Less Taken or Chosen or whatnot. That's my favorite poem. This always hits me real hard. Okay, come over here. Alright. Alright. I'm actually gonna take a quick Aliens Room break, and I will be right back. Alrighty, I am back. Thank you guys. Alright. Here. Okay. That. What color should I make that line art? Probably a bright green. I'm debating, like, the way this picture is looking so far, it kind of looks like a storybook a little bit. Like a kid's storybook. Thank you, souls. Alright. Has anybody carved a pumpkin so far this month? I didn't do it this year. I kind of broke I get little silly traditions. I normally will get the tiniest pumpkin I possibly can for Halloween, but I did not get one this year. But every year I usually look for a tiny, tiny pumpkin. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of a messy endeavor. Oops. Yeah, I've only done it a few times, and there was a. I remember in high school I got a little overzealous at a Halloween party, but I thought I did pretty good. Oops. Oh, nope, that looks a little funny. There we go. Dang. What else? What other kind of thing? Oh, does anybody know how to read music? I am it's been a while since I've had to use that little skill, but man, I'm really, really glad I know how to read music. That's a fun, it was it's something I'm very proud that I know how to do. Already 7:14. Whipping through this evening. Alright, do I do that or no? Ooh, oh, that looks weird. Yeah, I think I started learning how to read music in 6th grade, and I did it all the way through sophomore year of high school. So it's pretty stuck in there. It takes me a while to for things to stick, but when you do them for years and years and years. Do I need to move the eye up? I might have to. Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty, come on. Trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, what's your like favorite scenario as far as like what's your perfect reading nook look like? Mine would definitely have lots of fluffy blankets, pillows, maybe some stuffed animals, place to hold a drink. I'm debating if I want it near a window or not. I feel like I get distracted by the stuff outside if I have it near a window. Excuse me. I think daylight savings is coming up here pretty soon. It's been very, very dark in the morning. Like, usually the sun's up by 6 and it's not up by like until like 7 or 7:30 now. Like, no. I don't like it when the nights are longer. That means less sun. Let's see here. So I only have which I mentioned earlier. I am missing the third book to the Abarat series. I have 1 and 2, but I do have the entire series. Actually, no, I'm missing the first book now of the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, and then I have not quite all of them. My favorite manga, I just remembered one of my favorite mangas. It's a shoujo manga called Skip Beat. It came out during my high school days. I never got to finish it, but that is definitely one on my bucket list to get the rest of. I did manage to find the entire manga series for less than $100 of Evangelion from my husband, and also the other, there's omnibuses of the manga of that series too, and I found the last few books for that. Manga gets expensive. We definitely have so many books and manga. We only have the one bookcase, but it is like overflowing and we need to get another one. Skip Beat. Yep, Skip Beat. So Skipbeat. Very cute. Absolutely love it, but it's a shoujo manga, so it's I just really like the main character, Kyoko. And you got your really good looking Bishonen guy in it. I am so sorry that I keep yawning. Ooh. My one of my husband's favorite pastimes, when like he still probably does it, when I met him when he was a kid, he was he knew like all the intricacies, or at least it seemed like it to me, of the Dungeons and Dragons books, and he would just like read off all this stuff. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but you're being pretty cute. That's his way of flirting, is sharing the thing that he really likes with you. Yeah, hot cocoa sounds real good right now, actually. Maybe I'll grab some on my way over to my friend's house from the quick trip. So most of the books I used to read are science books. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Any particular, like, I'm assuming astrology is one of your favorite things. You have any other kind of subjects that you like to read about in science? Yeah, hot cocoa sounds good, though it might definitely put me to sleep. 1 second. I'm gonna make sure. I hope the same song hasn't been playing over and over again. No? Just let me make sure here. Repeat all. Okay. I've been trying to look for some new tunes to play during stream. Ooh, I've been kind of using the same couple playlists for a while. If anyone has any suggestions on any channels that are streamer friendly, as long as of course we give the proper credit down in the description, I would like a suggestion. Yeah, I think the sun going down early is also not helping with the yawning. I remember like a few times in my my middle school years where I was like attempting to write fan fiction or to write my own story, like my own anime story, but those have been lost to the times. My only, besides reading books, I was reading, or role-playing probably way too much on Gaia Online, and you would have not wanted to read the garbage that I was writing. Oh man, based off the way I was role-playing. I really gave my husband and I's ponies a badonk. A pony badonk. A padonk, if you will. Whoopsies. Come on. There we go. Daylight savings time in November. Yep. Yeah, so earlier I brought up Goosebumped briefly. Shocker on Shock Street. And I don't even remember what that one's about. I just remember it has a giant, like, praying mantis on the front of it. Which one's your favorite, Souls? Oh, speaking of spooky books, you just reminded me of you guys remember the series Scary Stories? The images that were painted or like that were illustrated were so dark and grotesque. Like they eventually like re-released the book, but like it didn't have the same like spookiness factor because the drawings weren't nearly as cryptid and creepy. But I loved that series. I like being creeped out. I don't necessarily like being scared, but I like being creeped out. I don't know if that makes sense. Giving him a horn on his head. There we go. Let's see here. Daylight saving. Yeah, books absolutely do that, and it is frustrating when states try to ban certain books. Let's see. My favorite Goosebumps is Welcome to the Dead House. Ooh, that is a good one. Yeah, have you read Scary Stories You Tell in the Dark or something like that? Here, actually, give me 1 sec. I'll pull up some stuff from that book. Trigger warning, scary cryptid pictures incoming. Boop, boop, give me 1 second. They came out with a movie. I haven't watched it, but they came out with a movie for it in 2019. Oh my gosh, these are so gnarly. Hold on, let me pull this up for you guys. Turn that off. Where's it at? Not the music. Here we go. Yeah, look at these things. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. Trying to click on the wrong screen here. Oh, come on. Here we go. Scoochie. How do I get this to... 1 second. Let me move it over here. Boop. There we go. Yeah, check this out. Isn't that gnarly? There's that one. This one's pretty, like, horrible. Yes, let's think. You never read it? Yeah, here's the cover. And literally, like, all of these illustrations are in these books. I think there's 2 or 3 of them. And they're just horrifying, aren't they? Like, yikes. This is if Junji Ito had another relative, it might be this guy. Absolutely terrifying. I just remember just looking at these images, like the images were so striking that the story really stuck with me. It like really cemented it in there. Oh, here we go. This is on the other cover of Scary Stories. And they're just like short stories, but they were good. They were creepy, which is what I like. I don't like the jump scares, but like, look at this. So haunting. Perfect for Halloween. Don't necessarily read it to your kids. I don't know if I recommend that, but I mean, it's all, you guys do you. Oh, here we go. This one where this is a story about, spiders being laid in this lady's face. Like, I know, isn't that scary? Oh, okay, I'll stop scaring you guys or scarring you guys with that. It was insane. There you go, not too bad. Yeah, absolutely scary. I feel like I'm pretty sure I can get these used online for not super much. At least I hope not. Let me check. Let's see. Can I have... Here we go. Can I buy them? Yeah, that's the... Oh, there's a VHS of... Oh, man, there's some VHSs out there of these? Oh, man. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, yeah, maybe. Might not be as easy to get a hold of as I thought. Oh, man. Well, that one might be able... Sorry, I'm looking on the internet. Interesting. I will have to keep my eyes peeled for them. Yeah, they were just so disturbing. Let me pull up what the images kind of look like now. Let's see. Fill in the dark. Let's see, updated art. Let me see if that'll pull up anything. No. I was hoping I could show you guys like a before and after. Yeah, like they're spooky, but they look like they are legit from a kid's children's book. But that was in my library when I was in elementary school. Let's see. Textbook. R.L. Stine is still kicking, huh? Holy cow. He must be really old by now. Do textbooks, so let's see. I think like when you get I really enjoyed my art history class, and I love art history a lot. You can learn so much about cultures through their art, and I definitely would recommend if you're an artiste to take an art history class. It'll give you an appreciation. Okay, got a hoof there, and a hoof here. Here a hoof, there a hoof. Everywhere a hoof. He's 81 years old. Holy cow. Well, I really appreciate everyone hanging out with me this evening. Drawing it to a close here. We'll see if I'll probably go till 8 o'clock. A little tired today, but back on the saddle. I will be back on Friday the 1st. I'm gonna have the Discord, either Discord or on YouTube, have you guys pick which next short game I should do in between, and then my next big long series is gonna be Metal Gear Solid 2. Look forward to that. Good. You're looking forward to October being over. Why, Souls? No. At least for me, that just means more cold is coming, and I'm not a huge fan. Though the summer that we had was ridiculously hot. Let's see here. Oh well, just want cold come. That's all. I love you. Like the change in weather. Well, that's good. A lot of people like struggle with when the weather changes, like with their mental health and whatnot. I know like once it's usually okay up and through December, but like January and February around here is so rough because it's freezing cold. It gets in like the negatives. But like I kind of just miss the sun and like the warmth of the sun, if that makes sense. I do love me a good like first big snow though, like where it doesn't feel like it's cold outside. It's like the perfect temperature as the snow is falling around you, and just big chunky fat white flakes. And it's usually when that happens, it's like the quietest it could possibly be. Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna probably call it a little early today, guys. Gotta go run and grab my dress for my friend for that concert on Wednesday. But yeah, I will be back on Friday with another short playthrough. I will have you guys pick in the Discord, and on YouTube I will put a poll. But yeah, I think... Ooh, whoopsies, wrong button. There we go. I think I'm gonna call it here. I appreciate you guys being here. Definitely curl up with a good book tonight and kind of wash your worries away with, you know, like a world of fantasy, or just to kind of take a break from the trials of life. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you Friday at 7 o'clock Central Time, and have a great rest of your week, and happy Halloween. Be safe and have lots of fun. See you then.